Good morning, QMS stars. Miss Logan here with today's advisory lesson. As you know, STAR test will begin next week with reading language arts. So today we're going to take this time to look at some testing strategies, and we will also look at take a look at the assignment that you will complete today in your Google Classroom. So let's get started with our test taking strategies here. The first thing I want you to note is that you should annotate. What are you annotating? You are annotating the key ideas about what you read. So if we take a look here at this passage that you will complete today, you will see where I took the time to annotate. Okay. Um, for the most part, we chunk our annotations by the number of paragraphs that we have. But as you know, sometimes we have very short lines that are considered paragraphs. In that case, you can take several lines and chunk them together and just annotate about what you read from those lines. For example, here you see lines 1 through 8. So those 8 lines could be chunked together to get, for which you could make your annotations. Okay, so let's move along here. The next thing I would like to say is to use your scratch paper to annotate. You know that STAR testing will take place online, so it is a digital test. You will be handed out scratch paper as part of the materials for your test taking. Use that scratch paper to annotate. Use that scratch paper. If for some crazy chance you do not get scratch paper, just raise your hand and let your test administrator know that you need scratch paper so that you can annotate. Okay? Also, read the sentence, paragraph, or passage more than once for comprehension. When you only read one time, a lot of times you don't get the full idea of what's going on. So just be sure to go back and reread so that you can understand what is happening. Next thing, use the dictionary to define unknown words. So while you are reading, if you come across a word in a sentence that you don't know, please, please, please look that word up and define that word. Also, in your question stem, if there's an unknown word, look that word up. Also, in your question choices, like here, for example, should there be an unknown word, look that word up so that you can better comprehend what the sentence is. You can better comprehend what it is you are reading, excuse me. Okay? Because not knowing a word in an answer choice is detrimental. If you choose that answer choice with an unknown word, it can come out to be a wrong answer. So we do not want that to happen. Make sure that you look up unknown words. All right. Always, always, always unpack the question. Ask yourself, what is it I need to know? So if we take a look at this question stem here, it says, based on the information in the selection, what are some of the advantages of using crickets as a food source? So you're going to be reading about crickets in this passage. Then it says to select 2 correct answers. So be sure that you highlight what it is you need to do. For sure, highlight this where it says to select 2 correct answers. Okay. And then here, You need to decide, okay, what is this question asking me and what is it that I need to do? What they want to know here, what are some of the advantages of using crickets as a food source? What do I need to do? Well, I need to go back to my annotations over here, because if I check my annotations somewhere, if I took good annotations, I will be able to find that answer, and I will be able to choose the correct answer. So here I know right here. I annotated, and right here is my answer. A lot of times, guys, your answers come from your annotations. So we don't just annotate and leave it alone. We annotate and we go back to our annotations to look for the answers, or look for the way to answer our questions, the correct way to answer our questions. It should be in your notes. All right. That was this one. Okay. Refer to annotations when answering questions. In the case of your constructed responses, please use ACE. You're going to use the ACE model. Answer the question, cite the evidence, and then explain your evidence. And our little hashtag here from our trending strategies: annotations matter. Annotate, annotate, annotate. Okay? So today, once you leave this slide presentation, you will find this particular passage in your Reading Language Arts Google Classroom. Jiminy Cricket, Why Bugs May Soon Be on the Menu. Please remember to always, when you, this is part of your annotation here, the genre, your prediction. I like to add the topic. Why do I do the topic? I like to note the topic because the topic keeps me on track. When I am reading, it helps me to annotate for my key ideas. My key ideas are going to come from my topic, okay? And then when it's time for me to answer questions, when it's time to eliminate choices that are obviously not the correct answer, that can be done by keeping with the topic. Your answer choices are going to have something to do with your topic. And then your controlling idea. Your controlling idea comes after reading the entire passage. You will decide, what is it the author wants me to know? What is it that I'm supposed to know about the topic? Okay, I'm reading possibly about crickets, but what is it that the author want me to know about crickets? So here, my topic is crickets. But then, what is it that the author wants me to know about crickets? I would come up with my own idea and I would write that out. So, on your annotation page, on your notes, you should have these things as well: genre prediction, topic, and controlling idea. And that's going to help you so much when it comes to answering the questions and finding the correct response. Thank you, guys. Please, at this time, get ready to go to your Google Classroom to access this passage. I am Miss Logan, and I look forward to seeing you in class.